Bandhu he niye calo, Bandhu he niye calo. Alurai jharna tarapane, Alurai jharna tarapane, O Bandhu he niye chalo, Bandhu he niye chalo. Andharer betarar saina prane, Andharer betarar saina prane, O Bandhu he niye chalo, Bandhu he niye chalo. ঘুমের ঘর বাঙ্গানোর গানে গানে, ঘুমের ঘর বাঙ্গানোর গানে গানে, ও বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো, বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো। ঘুমের ঘর বাঙ্গানোর গানে গানে, ঘুমের ঘর বাঙ্গানোর গানে গানে, ও বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো, বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো। আলোর ওই ঝর্ণা ধারা পানে, আলোর ওই ঝর্ণা ধারা পানে, ও বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো, বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো। অন্ধারের বেতার আর সৈনা প্রাণে, অন্ধারের বেতার আর সৈনা প্রাণে, ও বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো, বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো। ঘুমের ঘর বাঙ্গানোর গানে গানে, ঘুমের ঘর বাঙ্গানোর গানে গানে, ও বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো, বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো। আলোর ওই ঝর্ণা তারা পানে, আলোর ওই ঝর্ণা তারা পানে, ও বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো, বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো, ও বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো। O dearest friend, lead me on to the fountain of effulgence, lead me on. I cannot bear any longer the pain of darkness in my heart. With your song, break my deep slumber. Parama Purusha is the real friend. Oh Parama Purusha, I was an ordinary atom, but now I no longer tolerate the staticity of darkness. Oh Parama Purusha, sing before me the song which will arouse me from deep slumber. Sing before me that song which will show me what is what and which is which. Well, this is a very poetic language. The song in Bengali language is the first song of the 5018 Prabhat Samgitas, composed and written by my Guru Sri Sri Anandamurti. Now even the translation is a bit poetic. Let's try to get a better, deeper understanding or clearer understanding. Actually here the center word, the center point is Bandhu. In fact, it's the first word, and we should think of all those 5018 songs, and every song contains average, I don't know how many words. So this is the first word of all the summary of all those words. It carries certainly a special meaning. Bandhu. Bandhu means friend. But here, friend is not an ordinary friend. And this song clarifies actually that the true friend, the only true eternal friend, is that supreme entity, the supreme consciousness, cosmic consciousness or supreme consciousness. In Sanskrit language you would say Parama Purusha. There is a Sanskrit sloka also. It says, Atyago sahano bandhu sataiva numata surt eka kriyang bhavan mitrang samapranar saka smrita. So in the first line, Atyago sahano bandhu, actually Bandhu also comes in connection with Jagat Bandhu. Bandhu means to bind something, or someone. So it binds together like the two entities, like two close friends. But here Jagat Bandhu, Jagat means the universe, because Jagat means movement. Everything is moving in this universe, from the galaxy in a macrocosmic order right down to the smallest microcosmic order, to the smallest atom and subatomic particles. So everything is on the move, everything turns around, everything rotates. There's motion everywhere, and that's why it is called Jagat. And Jagat Bandhu is the friend, the closest friend of this universe. Who else could be the closest friend of this universe other than the Creator itself? So, of course, the Creator knows best what he or she has created. And so everything is known to this Parama Purusha. And you know, we can have two connections with that supreme entity, and we will carry on to go more deeper into that in coming songs, because that word Bandhu also appears in other songs. For now, I just like to point out that we can have a kind of two kinds of relationship with that supreme entity. One is very abstract, so we have a very abstract concept of God, as we can't really see with our sensory organs or perceive with our sensory organs that entity. So it becomes like a mental conception. But as that supreme entity knows everything, so has also a very, very close, direct link with us, each and every individual. As that entity knows everything, so knows everything about me. Actually, that Parama Purusha knows me better than I know myself, because if you ask me what did you do 10 years and 2 months, 1 day, 5 hours, 3 minutes ago, I wouldn't be able to tell you actually, but that supreme entity could tell you, because everything is known to that supreme, all-pervading cosmic consciousness. So in that sense, we have a very personal relationship also with that entity, and there is love and affection. So it doesn't, it's not just an entity on a very abstract level, but it's on a very close to the heart. So Jagat Bandhu only can be your true eternal friend, because those persons you call friends in your life, they may be close friends to you, but this friendship cannot go on for eternity, because one day we all have to leave this earth, we have to leave our body. And your friends may accompany you to the graveyard or to the cremation ground, but that's all. They cannot go further with you. They cannot accompany you beyond bringing you to the graveyard. And then there is nothing else for them but to return to their home and carry on with their usual business as usual, as we say. And even now, in the time of coronavirus crisis, it becomes even more evident how fragile our life is. You know, if you see the pictures, it's horrible in the news when you see from the bird perspective how hundreds of patients queued up a mile in front of the hospitals and waiting for treatment. And then you go with a drone, you go over the roof of the hospital and you see down on the other side, on the back side of the hospital, and you see there are the transporters and push with their tractors the dead bodies into the containers, you know. So it has even come to this point where your friend cannot even accompany you, so there is no visitor allowed to the hospital because of social distancing and danger of further infections and spreading the disease. So your friend or your so-called friend cannot even accompany you to the cremation ground or to the graveyard. So it is such a sad situation, but it's the reality. So then what's the hope? Actually the hope, and that's also a reality, the true friend can be only that Parama Purusha. The true friend of yours can be only that supreme eternal entity. Sadaiva Numata Surit carries on in the sloka. So Surit is also a friend in the sense that you have good understanding and you don't have any difference of opinion. There's no conflict of ideas, you know. So you feel very good and you can talk about many things and you feel you see the world and it's good and bad sides, all the things you see in a similar, if not equal way. But then, you know, you may have a period where you have good understandings with your friends and have no difference of opinion, maybe in one subject, about one event, about one philosophical assertion. But in human relations there is always a time when there will be conflict of ideas, when there will be difference of opinions, even with your closest friends, you know, even with your relatives, with your father, with your mother, with your sister, with your brother. Well, even with your wife you may have differences of opinion, or with your husband, whatever it may be. That's why a Surit cannot be your true Bandhu. That kind of person cannot be your true friend. Eka kriyang bhavan mitrang. So there's another friend in Sanskrit language, another name that is called mitrang. So in Sanskrit language we have the very fine distinction, and even in English we have also a different word for this kind of friend. We would say, rather friend we would say is a colleague, you know. Like if you be with somebody of the same profession, for example, you're maybe two students, or you have the same job, maybe you work in the same school or hospital or scientific research center, so you exercise the same profession, and in that sense you're actually friends, you're mitram, but you're more mitram friends in the sense of colleagues. But also those mitrangs or friends you will have one day to depart. They cannot be your eternal friends, because latest when your mind separates from the body and that parallelism of your psychic waves and physical waves is disrupted. In other words, when you leave your body and pass away, then also those mitrams cannot be anymore your friends. Then the sloka finishes sama prana sakha samrita. Sakha means a great devotee, a lover of God. So such a sakha cannot even think for a moment to be separate from that supreme entity. A sakha knows that there is nothing a sakha has without the existence of Parama Purusha. So it's like two entities in one body cannot think of any separation from that Parama Purusha. And so only that Parama Purusha, well, in that sense actually you become the sakha, the very close friend of Parama Purusha, but in the same way also Parama Purusha, that entity that loves you so much that also Parama Purusha considers you to be the sakha of Parama Purusha. It goes vice versa, is a two-way road. So that is the sakha. And in that sense, the true friend, the true Bandhu cannot be your surit, cannot be your mitram, cannot be just a person where you share occasionally maybe some same opinions, or a friend who is your colleague. The true Bandhu, the true friend, the true eternal friend of yours is that Parama Purusha, that supreme, all-pervading, eternal, pure consciousness. So that entity was always with you, is with you, always will be with you. That's the true meaning of Bandhu, and that song acknowledges that this is my true friend. Only that Parama Purusha can be my true friend, and I request, lead me on to the effulgence and to the fountain of effulgence. I will sing one more time this song for you. Bandhu he niye calo, Bandhu he niye calo, alo rai jarna dhara pane, alo rai jarna dhara pane, o Bandhu he niye calo, Bandhu he niye calo. Andharer betarar saina prane, Andharer betarar saina prane, o Bandhu he niye calo, Bandhu he niye calo. Ghumir gharbanga nurgane gane, Ghumir gharbanga nurgane gane, o Bandhu he niye calo, Bandhu he niye calo. Alo rai jarna dhara pane, alo rai jarna dhara pane, o Bandhu he niye calo, Bandhu he niye calo. Andharer betarar saina prane, Andharer betarar saina prane, o Bandhu he niye calo, Bandhu he niye calo. Ghumir gharbanga nurgane gane, Ghumir gharbanga nurgane gane, o Bandhu he niye calo, Bandhu he niye calo. আলোর ঝর্ণা ধারা পানে, আলোর ঝর্ণা ধারা পানে, ও বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো, বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো, ও বন্ধু হে নিয়ে চলো।